Okay, today is the 17th February 2022. Today is already Thursday. My time goes pretty fast. All right, Thursday. So which means that 2 more days before we hit the weekend, and this weekend will be a long weekend for me once again. I will be working. This is our 14th intake for TWB Premier students. All right, it will be another great, entertaining, fun session. I'm sure of that. But of course, I'm sure everybody is all waiting to learn the technique so that they can actually exploit on it and make more money for the market. Because this market itself is really crazy. It's seriously is sapping all my energy away. It's kind of like clear in the morning, then in the afternoon was pretty able to be predicted. But when it comes to the nighttime itself, everything just turned topsy-turvy, right? So what is happening right now, once again, you can see today my background shows that it seems that the current troops that is in Ukraine right now is still quite a hefty bit. But of course, again, we are not there to see physically. Neither do we know the numbers. We can only see from the mainstream media. And the mainstream media itself are all from US. So the propaganda is actually there. In fact, itself, right, I heard from a friend, He says that he actually received a video from Ukraine. And apparently people in Ukraine has no problem at all. They say that they are okay with they don't see any Russian coming in and stuff like that. But what the US is doing, or what the US has been saying, is that as if that the people in Ukraine is very upset with the Russian and they don't want to have anything else. It is the repertoire, it's the same thing of what happened back then in Iraq many times. All right. So to me, it's right. This is all the propaganda that's happening right now. And of course, crude oil price yesterday hit $93 and pull back. Now, we know that the inventories haven't been it's not very encouraging. In fact, it's actually, again, negative sign. But the problem is this. It's nothing to do with the inventories, in my opinion. All right, I'll share more in details later. There's a lot of crude oil stuff later today. And of course, Charlie Munger came in for an interview, and he's still saying that crypto is not really a good thing. And in fact, itself, right, he said that technology is good to stay. So this is all the information that I'll be sharing with you later on in the morning for our morning MAO. Now, for this morning, the caption is even clearer. Hawkish FOMC meeting minutes, but, okay, so I got this but behind. So I'll tell you more about this hawkish report, which is really hawkish in my opinion, but the market look it from another angle, and that's why the market is always so unpredictable. Yep. Okay, let's go. Now, disclaimer as usual, please understand this. My job is to share with you my view. Your job is to do your own research assessment. And of course, please do me a little favor. If you're not happy with my analysis, or you think that my analysis is not going to help you or not helpful, just kindly stay out, okay? I mean, being a TWB student, you have the benefit and right to use whatever thing we give it to you. But if you think that certain stuff that we are doing is not to your level, or you think that it's not good enough, or you think that you don't accept what I say, just leave us alone. Okay, just move on in your life, do your own trading, make your money, and that's it. Because everybody, there's the consumer sovereignty. But you already paid already, and we delivered to you our information and content and indicators and updates and stuff like that. I think for this price at $2,888, I think we give you a lot, especially for those earlier batch students, which you'll pay even lesser, but we're giving you more than that. The value itself is definitely more than that. So if you still think that we're not good enough, just kindly, just to do us a favor, kindly let's move on. Yeah. Okay. So I hope that this is a very strong statement here to start the morning, but I have no choice because to complain again that they don't like this or like that. I mean, seriously, I cannot make everybody happy. Let's be factual, let's be honest here. So I can't, okay, I can't, yeah. All right, now Wall Street joke of the day today is very clear that this is the joke says that worst case scenario, the Federal Reserve save us, right? So this is the guy being very optimistic despite in the desert, but his friend or compatriot says that I'm not so sure about that. So what I'm trying to say is this, everybody now is just waiting for Federal Reserve to come in, because Federal Reserve have been coming in the last 20 years. For the last 20 years, whenever there's a big problem, Federal Reserve is always there, okay? And of course, in order to save the world, or to save all the financial people, trillions of dollars have been pumped into the system. Now, of course, think about this. If a government pumps in trillions of dollars, what will happen to the currency purchasing power? So without a doubt itself, right, with we're putting so much money into the system, inflation, overvaluation, undervaluation, all these will come in, okay? And that's the reason why now the cost has been increasing really tremendously, right, across the whole world. And would this actually stop? Well, I don't think so, to be honest with you. If let's say now, if everybody's reliant on the US Federal Reserve, then another crisis come in, they're going to pump in another round of money again, and this is not going to end. And this is going to just collapse the US dollar eventually. But as I say again, as long as they can keep the can down it longer, and of course, as long as the military power of US is still there, it's going to be difficult, yeah? Now, of course, yesterday we were pretty clear about my view on crude oil. I reminded. I said that crude oil, if it goes up itself, it will go to $93. Okay, I remember I said that, right? You go to $93. And yesterday, the crude oil was at about $90. When we were talking about it, it was $90. And I said that it will go up to $93. And of course, when it hit $93 last night, you can see the star was there. At exactly $93, the price had to plunge and all the way down to $88. So once again, you know, the thing is this, when we do technical analysis, okay, where we already mentioned that if the market go up or go down, it go to this price or that price. The important thing is that when the market reach that particular price, you really have to do the step of taking profit, of cutting your losses. You cannot push back and say, maybe I just wait for a while, maybe I do this, maybe I do that. It's not going to be helpful, and it's going to create a bad habit. And what will happen next is, right, most likely you'll be hit by the market. We've seen this happening so many times, and we realize that, right, this is a repeated pattern that people tend to do the same thing over and over again. So that's why we really want you to really consider the fact that, remember, we see this level itself, all the technical point, do exercise whatever you do, yeah? So crude oil, definitely I was spot on. If you can do me a favor, keyword crude oil spot on for me. Thank you very much, okay? All right, so crude oil, after you set $93, look at the crude oil, just keep on coming down, non-stop at all, okay? Thank you once again, yeah? Now, someone asked me on the side now, will crude oil go back above to $90? I mean, $90, I think not a problem. But to go back to $93, right? Later on, when I do the technical analysis, that part, maybe you can listen a bit more carefully, all right? Yeah, I'll tell you more about the crude oil. Yeah, today a little bit more on crude oil, so you need to pay attention to that. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. Okay, so the thing is this, let's take a look at what happened the last 2 days in terms of fundamental. Now, first of all, we had a very high PPI data, so that causes the inflation figures to be confirmed. Then the thing is this, yesterday the retail sales was fantastic. The retail sales was better than expected by quite a hefty bit, and this is actually supposed to be positive to the market, but the market didn't bother. That's the point, the market did not bother. Okay, and the market after that waited until 3 a.m. Singapore time. That is where by the FOMC minutes came out, and of course, because there was no new stuff added into the report, the market see as a form of dovish. No new stuff means dovish. Yeah, I guess this is how the market works. And immediately the stock market recovered pretty strongly. Yeah. Okay, so this is something that you can understand why market doesn't really go with what you learn in school. Of course, crude oil at about 11:30 Singapore time, the inventories came out. It was a surplus. Okay, it was a surplus, but the surplus is nothing fantastic, even though the market was expecting a negative sign. So yes, did it create a bit of selling pressure in the crude oil? I would say yes, a little bit, but it shouldn't have brought it $5 down. So again, I say it's just a pure technical thing at $93. Okay, all right, so now today we are going to do something else. Today we're going to have the building permits. Yeah, that one is not very heavily watched, but the initial jobless claim, yes, let's just do it right now. Okay, what do you think would be today initial jobless claim? All right, gas and win. Please key your figure right now. The one that has the exact number will win the 22.88 ADA coin. Okay. So let's go now, everybody. Please key your number right now. What do you think will be the initial jobless claims for this tonight? Okay, and it will release at 9:30 p.m. Singapore time. The last time itself was 223, and now today the market is forecasting itself at 219. Yeah, so it should be a pretty near number in my opinion. Yeah, so likely itself, right? If you choose somewhere around these figures, you should be able to hit the jackpot. So maybe if you all choose the same number, then of course do not. If you say 2 winners, the price will be split to 2%. If 3 winners, split 3 winners. Yeah, that's like how the total works. Okay. Okay, I can see there's some similar numbers now popping already. No worries. Like I say once again, if you happen to have the same number with your friend, doesn't matter. If you think that that is your number that you prefer, just key in. And after that, if the thing really hits you, then you just share the price. Okay. Right. Something is always better than nothing. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I give you last 10 seconds now to key a number. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, done. Okay, let's see my own personal number. Now, my own personal number. Okay, I just random guess. Guess and win. Not gonna predict this. Okay, initial jobless claims should be slightly higher, in my opinion. 2, 3, 1. Okay, this is my own number. Okay, this is my own number. Oh, Desmond has 230. Okay. Okay, Desmond, you and me will fight a little bit here and there. Okay, all right. That will be the forecast, and let's see who will be which of y'all gonna be the winner. Yeah. Okay, so this is where the Dow Jones get very to me very tiring. Now initially the Dow Jones opened and went down first, so I thought that the market will stay down and that's it. Okay, it stayed flat. Now during this period of time itself, right, undeniable. My point is this: I'm very sure the minutes will be very hawkish. So I expected the Dow Jones to go down further, but the moment the news came out, right, there was nothing added. The market just simply turned it up and buy up. Now, actually, if you look at it, the market was emphasizing on the report. But because everybody was short in the market prior towards the report, so the boys know that. So it's very easy now if the boys know that you are all sellers and the report got nothing, they'll just turn it around by buying up the market. So when they start to buy up the market, right, immediately all the short sellers have to cover back position, and that is where the price shoot up. Okay. So this is again a very typical trick that I mentioned to you guys, is that when everything is on one side, usually the opposite will likely be happening. So anyway, this is what happened later. When you put a chart wise, you can see it clearer with the candlestick. Yeah. Okay, S&P 500 closes flat on Wednesday as investors assess the Federal Reserve next move, Russia-Ukraine risk. Okay, as always. So first of all, the minutes came out already, and because there was nothing new added, there's nothing so that they will hike interest rate earlier than expected. So immediately the market buy into that. Okay, and of course the retail sales was much better, but the market basically didn't really bother. And of course, Meta means Facebook. Yeah, the share price continued to fall as it reportedly rolled out a new set of corporate values in a last attempt to manage its demoralized employees. So internally itself, right, Facebook is having a lot of problem, and this is nothing new because we all have expected that to happen. But again, once again, we'll talk about this talk later. Yeah. So for the Russia-Ukraine thingy, still again, Russia side says that they have technically finished their drill, but the Americans and some of the airlines are saying that no, there are more soldiers on the ground right now, and anything can go wrong. Yeah. Now this is the best part here. See, this is the report ended already, but they put there the oil futures up by 1.7% higher, but it's not incorrect. The time itself when it was a day high, it was 1.7%. But in the next few hours, the market came all the way down to lose to negative. So imagine that if you actually just read the report without seeing a physical chart, you would have thought that the market's up by 1.7%, but actually it's not updated at all. So this is one thing about mainstream media. Please don't read everything what you see. Okay, do some research, double check on the source, double check on what's in the market in reality. Then you make a final thing. That's why I spend a lot of time reading the market. But because CNBC, the whole illustration, the coloration is very unique and very nice and very good to use. So I use CNBC, but actually I do go across a bit of market. And that's why when I add home information, because it's based on what I read. Okay. All right. So let's take a view on what happened yesterday with the TWB system. Now for Dow Jones yesterday, the market opened somewhere around here. The KSI was green, so the market will generally go up. But because the market is also resisted by the MA30, right, the market could go down. So when the market goes to MA30 and couldn't go up further, then the U-turn will have to bring it down all the way to MLP, if not the pivot 2 in this case. So the market actually came down to MLP, which is 34,753. But after that itself, right, the market, the thing just basically rebounded from there. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look what the 5 minutes shall be better and clearer. So the first half of the day, it was very, very, very slow, so no movement. Then suddenly the price shoot up. Then the new star, a bond, you draw the two lines, you can see that. And of course, straight away when the market loses the support level of this guy, the star, the market had to go lower. And of course, if you extend further, the market just couldn't go any higher. So that continued the selling. And of course, you just have to sell down all the way. Now, it was only towards the last part itself, then this BMB came in. Now, this is not the lowest point. If the lowest point, then the bomb will be here. But there's no bomb because this is not the lowest point. So what happened? The market came in, the KSI came in straight away. CCRY triggered the KTR -2. The market push up. Remember, KSI is green, right? So when KSI is green, when you are looking to buy, looking at minus KTR, -1, -2, -3. Of course, -2 and -3 will be the best bet. So that's why everything is actually going according to what you learn from us. Just have to put in the rules and then trade according to plan. Okay, that's how it is. Simple, yeah? Okay, so that's what happened to the Dow Jones. Let's look at the gold market. Now, gold was also pushed up due to the dollar coming off. The gold was actually below OP and pivot 2 yesterday, so it was a right thing to sell. But the only problem is that MA30 and MA200 was always supporting the upside. So once the market stays above OP, right, the selling pressure or the selling reason is no longer existing. So when the market break the MLP at 1862, right, I wrote there itself, if MLP break, it should be able to go to P2, which is 1864. Now, of course, by right of seeing this, likely you may even test this ground again at 1877. But let's say for now, let's wait for a while because the gold price went up recently is primarily because of the Ukraine issue and the dollar movement. Yeah, primary is that. Okay. All right, so let's look at the intraday. Same thing again. The first part of this is really redundant at all. Then the KCX give a signal. CCRY is a buy and move up. And you see the moment it stopped there itself, it has seen that the market knows 1864.80 exists. This is the scary part of the indicator. It can predict numbers. And then when it came back down, you notice that the market just couldn't close below KTR +1. So by right, we know that there's something bigger or fishy in the market. And that's why the market continued to go higher and higher and higher. And of course, at the time itself, no one, basically will dare to give us any reason why the market is going higher. No one actually bothered to check all the problem across the world. Everybody just know that it's time to buy and everybody just come in. Yeah. So this is the goal based on the TWB rules. Okay. All right. So now for Singapore, some local and global news first. Singapore to simplify COVID-19 rules, safe distancing, and no longer required when wearing masks. I mean, yes, it's a good thing, but I think a lot of people are already not wearing masks and close contact already. But anyway. All right, so Singapore new COVID cases are likely to remain between 15,000 to 20,000 in a single day. Wow, that's a lot. Think about 20,000 per day. 1 week itself is 140,000. 10 weeks itself is 1.4 million. So that is no joke, yeah? So they come up with this streamlined COVID-19 safety measures. So take note itself, still a group of size 5, but you can actually have 5 visitors, yeah? Okay, at any one time you can have multiple of 5, yeah? Then, of course, wearing mask is still on. Workplace requirement now, people can go back to work already and they don't need to maintain the 1 meter safe distancing. And of course, the events, like our event, our coaching now can have more than enough people as long as the business events, yeah? So as long as we make sure we wear our mask, things should be fine, okay? So that is the main thing right now, yeah? Moment, yeah? Okay, all right, so that is the new rules. But there's something that you must take note of, guys. About 21,800 people have their vaccination status lapsed for not taking their booster jabs in time. So if you took the 2 vaccine jab very early without taking a booster, you may want to check your handphone again. I think that something have changed. You may have lost your fully vaccinated status. Okay, I couldn't find a screenshot to show this, but at least from the media itself, we are seeing that. So kindly take note of that. And of course, I think by right, you just have to go and take a booster shot. I think it will immediately update according to what I hear on the news. Yeah. So take note of that. Now, NATO says that Russia is increasing troops at Ukrainian borders, calls for talks. Now, the Russians seemingly have left, but now the NATO are saying that there is. So kind of like mixed signal. Now, what happened is this apparently, this is what happened, okay? they actually they got Russian field hospital being constructed near the borders with Ukraine and Belarus. So that means that, right, if you're really Putin, if you're not really going for war, why must you have to build this field hospital? Unless you know that you're going for war and there'll be casualties, there'll be people getting hurt, that's why you're doing that. So because of that itself, right, straight away the market got a little bit jittery and feel that, hey, you know what, maybe it's all a fake move. So I already tell you guys there should be a propagation somewhere in between, and then after that there'll be a slight little spark, and then it will all end. Okay, so to me, anyone doing anything right now itself, right, just waiting for the first move already. All right, so the thing is, just to let you know, Russia is demanding Ukraine never to be permitted into NATO. Yeah, never. And but the US and NATO say that they cannot accept Russia requests. Okay, they say that it's not possible. So why, you can understand, right? If Ukraine go into NATO, then NATO itself, right, will be protecting it. And of course, if any time they really do that, then technically the clause Article 5 will actually come into on it, and the whole world will go against Russia. So meanwhile, South China is just keeping quiet. Yeah, accuse the US and the West for creating turbulence and uncertainty. So other than that, it's all right. Nothing much has happened. But of course, like I say once again, the people are getting a bit upset with the whole thing right now. Let's hope that things will end better. Now, of course, with Putin doing all this itself, does it create energy, or does it create any, like, business opportunity? Yes, the answer is yes, of course. The answer will definitely be yes for you. Okay, so Russia, Vladimir Putin basically threatened to invade Ukraine, has pushed oil price higher. And then when you go higher, obviously oil producers are happy, you have to drill more, and the whole thing just repeats. So you'll become a commodity-driven market rally, right? Which means that the market will rally up due to commodities, and because of that, the stock market had to go higher again to combat with that. And of course, when this chart, you guys go higher, I go higher, then what will usually happen? Yes, as you know, what usually happens is that the market will break down. Okay, so that is what I'm seeing right now. But you can see that the crude oil price came down from all the way from $60 to $20. Then from 20 go back to 60. So between 60 to 20 is $40. So 60 plus 40 will be $100. That's how I calculate my simple analysis. Huh? A very simple analysis that I think is workable. You can consider. Yeah. Anyway, this is the crude oil price chart now at the moment. It's about, this is West Texas Hold'em, oil futures. Now, oil could evolve as high as $150 a barrel. Veteran analysts warns as undersupply meets surging demand. So why $150? Because the highest it ever goes $147 US. So that's why the market is looking at 150 right now. And of course, there's some money really been pouring into the energy sector. Yeah. So is this a sign? Well, it is a sign to me that I do suspect the crude oil will go higher, not lower first. Okay. So the reason is because there's some shortfall in terms of OPEC and the production. So apparently they say that they have been pumping lesser because of this market concern. Okay, they say that it is a market concern. But of course, on the flip note itself, right, they are also very careful, and they want to make sure that they don't really sell the people that it's going to be 150 for sure. Okay. So is it because of the supply chain issue? Definitely is one of them, but I feel that, right, it's because of the bulk buying that causes a problem right now. All right, and indicators like the money managers, the non-commercials, and the pension are all going to the hot oil energy market. So maybe you can take a look yourself. Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look once again. Yesterday, the crude oil. Now, yesterday, the crude oil was very clear. It went up all the way, a new star is born. Once the market breaks below it, the sell, right, it was a sell. Okay, it's a sell from there. Okay, take a note, yeah? It's very, very important. Now, in case you'd ask me, why did the crude oil price really hit $93 and come down, right? Now, this is the chart I show you, right? A extend to B, and incredibly, it met the C, and then it met the D, and of course, it met the E. So I already tell you already, if the market cannot break $93, there will be a point that you can consider to pull back, join, and then from there wait for a while. Because if not yourself right now, you're single-handedly alone. All right, you need a team to assist you. Then of course, only when the market goes up above the $93, then then you can consider do whatever you want to do. So now at the moment now, where is the support for this particular market? I think the support will be around 87.50, okay? 87.50 or the next number that I talked about yesterday is somewhere around there. So 87.50, once you can reach there, I believe that the market will be even better. Yep. Okay. So watch out for that 87.50, yeah, somewhere around here. Just a moment. Okay, let's continue. So that is crude oil. So some important market information first. So let's talk about the minutes first. Okay, the minutes is very important. Minutes shows that Federal Reserve was ready to raise rates, string balance sheet soon. So this particular statement is really very bearish, very hawkish report. And what happened to the market? The market didn't care. The market just rebounded. So the market correctly interpreted that they are dovish relative to expectation. So which means that when the market says that this company with dovish and dovish and it really happens. Okay. So the point is this: like this, Federal Reserve, St. Louis Federal President James Waller, he already said that most likely there will be 0.25 interest rate hike, and it was his first. But the thing is, the market is looking even a higher number now because of what is happening. But of course, once again, if this is hawkish, the market should behave as a hawkish market. But did the market do that? No, the market turns dovish, and that's where it gets a bit confusing. So this is what I like the statement. We will do it, of course, but we will walk before we run. It seems like enough for the Federal Reserve to do 4 hikes. Talk the hawkish talk, tell everyone that you are watching this closely, then people will not buy into it, okay? So just get to the point, what to do, and then move on. Okay, sorry, on my PowerPoint, I think I didn't save the last version. How come my mouse having a problem here? Okay, so a $45 billion credit fund manager, must be pretty experienced, says that the Federal Reserve is way behind the curve. Oh, this is interesting. So this guy, this is the head of Gulup. All right, I can't know how to pronounce it. Okay, this company now is doing very well, $45 billion, and he just basically telling people that the inflation is way too high. Give it to the shoemaker, and they'll know what to do. All right, but of course you may lose it. So what's happening right now? You can see that Federal Reserve in their opinion is way behind the curve, and of course now the rate is 1.7%. Technically, it's still within the 2%, right? But we all know that now the recent number, official number is 7%, while the non-official number went up to as high as 12%. So all these are the factors that you must take note. Of course, if this is going to continue with some CPI data not so good, and of course, let's say that some of us get pretty upset with something, we can just get it away and then we can just enjoy, yeah? Okay, so take note of that. This guy is saying that it's way behind the curve. So that means that if you're way behind the curve, that means you have to pull your handbrake even stronger and faster and much more strength. Okay, all right. Oh, sorry. I think this is the day one or having this mistake. Okay, so Charlie Munger calls inflation the known number one, okay, apart from nuclear wars, pen, crypto, and trading app. So in short, it's not right to him is that inflation is definitely here. So I don't know where this Federal Reserve see for inflation, but maybe when they start to wash their clothing, it's from dark to white, then to them itself, the market will turn to bullish. I don't think so. So Charlie Munger, as well as Warren Buffett, ditched away their aversion towards high flying, thought they don't like it at all. But interesting, in 2016, that's where this Berkshire went in to buy into Apple, okay, and that's worth about now current price for $160 billion, loads of money, yeah. Okay, so now Warren Buffett is also buying into this energy sector. Yeah, I'm quite sure that no one gives such a. This is the energy sector. They're going to buy into this energy sector and going to buy into Apple and more Apple, I think, later on. All right, so some important alternate market news to share this with you once again. Let's take a look. Now, ratio leading to coincident economy. Now, Verdani is a very good, powerful research center. So they already say that, right, since 1961 until today, whenever the thing climbs up, right, once it climbs and peak, after it climbs and peak, the market will enter into recession. Can you see that? It's almost very clear. So now the question is this: are we going to have a peak first? Is the first thing in his mind. Second thing is that, right, if the market really goes down, that means that I must be standby for this. I say, yeah. So how the magnitude is usually when this happens, the recession will also be around already. So this recession is something to watch out for next 2 years, 2023 and 2024. All right, but I'm quite certain to tell you that, right, I believe that if Meta can actually be unscathed after all these things or get hit very little, in my opinion itself, right, Facebook can go back higher level once again. And I have no bias on this. I'm not buying it. I'm just informing you based on my own personal thinking of the rules. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now this is the long-term bond versus short-term bonds. It's actually an inversion chart to show you the thing. Now you notice that whenever the market is over the same length is, okay, what naturally happens? The market will go down, right? To grab something. So this is the recession indicator. This is where the thing happened back in 2018, whereby when the market goes below the so-called level, right? It went down, but no one is going to offer back the loan until it give me a high premium. And of course, it was worth 1 day, and indeed, the market really did that. So you look carefully now, everybody, in terms of deadline. Yeah? The last time this happened was 2019, where people shake it off and say that it's nothing else. And 1.5 months later, we have the COVID. Remember that? Then this one happened back in 2005, 2006, and 2007. During this period of time itself, right, we were just debating whether the market go high or go lower. And of course, I came in and said it will go higher. And I said they were asking how high. I said that at least back to the historical high. So not too bad from there. Okay. Then of course you see back again year 1999. That's where the SARS came in, and the same thing happened again. You can see the 3 arrows again available. So now we are still not there yet. So don't you worry. But if I say times happen, or you need to do a quick check itself, right? Everybody take note of this number. If the market goes down by 0.10 percentage, yeah? Okay. All right, so watch out for this. This is actually a very important indicator to watch, and the accuracy has been pretty decent, in fact, 100%. Okay, 1.5 months to give and take. Okay, all right. Now this is the 10-year yield versus 2-year yield, the one you just saw earlier, versus the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 itself, you can see right over here. This is the orange line where the S&P is from very long time until he said that, okay, must really share, and it's where thing goes in. All right, so this is what's happening right now. We can see that whenever they are coming together, usually that will hit the same point as mentioned. Of course, if they try to diverge, right? So somehow or other, one of them must cave in, and of course, we suspect that the stock market will cave in, yeah? Now, of course, we don't talk about everything bad. It was not something good. Apparently, this time I just watched this Larry Williams. Yeah, Larry Williams, his video. And this has a few videos that he's a few things that he showed. I will extract it out and then share them with you. All right. Hopefully, you know, it's taking a picture of salt. Yeah. Okay. So what happened is you can see right now he mentioned that this is his own indicator for the money manager indicator. So if it means that, right, when the market is actually when the enemy actually hold back their wives, okay, this is whereby you can see the market will slam down. After that, it will bottom out and it will recover very strongly. So it's all depend on your this thing here. So you can see that the last time when this happened was back in 0809, whereby the market there's money. Yeah, there was money in their bad feedback. They just give money to the civilian. Okay, but you must understand after that what happened, right? After that, the market will undeniable will propel much higher. Yeah, will propel much higher. So take note of that. Yeah. So initially, this could be the time, the sign value that you can accumulate here, and there'll be some movement of the side, and maybe the market will shoot up and do something for us. Okay. All right. So take note of that. Very, very important information. Of course, not every time it's just only doom and gloom. There's always some positive side. Okay, so that's where the chart right now. The bull goes bull, the bear goes green, and the lemming go is different this time. Now, apologize for today lack of energy because I only slept for less than 3 hours, and this is my 3rd day in a row, so kind of like a little bit groggy right now. Can't deny this. Yeah. Okay, so let's just look at the Chinese market first. The China market today is up. Wow, not bad. Today is up because it stabilized at the MA, right? Can you see that? It stabilized exactly at the MA. And then when you saw the MA, you just quickly go in to buy some China stock. And that's how it works, okay? So of course, you can see that the terrain, one is with you, one's against you. So one you can consider to, you know, look into the market closer, yeah? Okay, let's look at the rest of the market right now. Let's look at the US Dow Jones first. Now, the US Dow Jones, let's take a look. A bit hard to call today, yeah? Let me explain to you why. Now, first of all, we have a doji directional day that's done by this Jefferson, okay? But the thing is this, the market here itself of today, right? If it stays above OP, now today OP is at 34,921. So yes, of course, if the market goes up, then the first target level will be the MLP, and that is this is the figure 35,030. Okay. All right. So this is the Dow Jones upside potential. Downside will be here 34,728. Okay. All right. Okay, so that is the US Dow Jones. The KSI is still green in color, so upside potential is still there, or at least bottom picking here. Okay, this is a Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq also have a DJDD at the same time. So again, we have to wait for the market. Now MLP is actually supporting it in a way 1459. Okay, that's a 1459 level. Now 14679 is slightly above. So basically, you can see that there's a stack here, so it's called resistance. But once the market breaks above it, you can see the market just instantly move all the way. Now, of course, the market did not come all the way to here, but at least if here following the check channel, he does check on my on the thing to see and update. Yeah, something about that. S&P 500, you can see the same thing again. All right, the market is trying to stay firm. It's actually above MLP and around MA30, and of course MA200 is more on the sell side. So nothing much I can tell you from here, but to tell you that if the market chooses to go up because of DJDD, do take note the market may stretch all the way to 4518 because of a potential movement towards the pivot there. Yeah. Okay, downside wise as well, right? The market has to break below the MLP 44.65 to really go down, and the downside could be as low as 44.18 the share price. And of course, the thing is this: you have to watch out for here. If the market really break this February low, then this thing is that it might be more selling to come. Yeah. There's a star on the Nasdaq. I think so. Corner. Yeah, there's a star on the Nasdaq on the 5-minute chart. The one that you just saw, a day chart one, this one is asterisk. Asterisk for the DJDD. Yeah, star one is for intraday usage. Okay, Hang Seng this morning. Now, Hang Seng this morning also very frightening and scary. In fact, the Hang Seng once it open, right, is supposed to go down because of MA 200. But the thing is that because of the opening price is actually above MA 30 and MLP, right? So what happened is that the market didn't really give direction. Okay. So what happened now is that the market, if it stays up, the target it will go be 24,897. So that means you can get a quick little power nap, okay, for this for 100 points. Now, if the market stays down instead and can come down, then of course you can see Hang Seng will reverse back all the way and give back this 24,670. Yeah, this is very, very important. So have we get the Okay, so that's Hang Seng. Let's look at Nikkei. Now for Nikkei, do take note, Nikkei, the KSI is green in color. So if Nikkei stays above OP, it will go back up again to 27,651. But of course, same thing, if the market failed to stay above MLP and above MA30, which happen to be very stacked together, then they could be, lost together. All right, so the market may come down all the way, and we come down, it may break P2 again. So this is going to be a valuable trade. It has to stay above the either the height, the 27359, or it has to basically make sure that if 27334 cannot break, even break itself, right, must be able to explain. Yeah. Okay, so watch out for Nikkei, right? Nikkei itself seemingly can go down all the way to here. Okay, and that is about probably. Okay, the market do come down, that will be the target to look out for, and that's for 26,700 plus area. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the next market right now, DAX. Now, DAX yesterday did another doji, all right, it really rebounded, but it did not go as high as I predicted. So now today, doji, could it mean that it will continue for today? I don't know, but doji is like that. It's doji day. The next day, what happens if it goes up, right? Okay, it will be up all the way. Okay, so vice versa, if the market is hit is a red, and is a red. Okay, you can see that. Okay, so the market stays above OP, the upside could be all the way going to this point here itself, and that's about 15,639. But this is the DAX MA, but the MA will be updated later on and when the market open. But roughly that's the level you can go. Now, one thing I don't like is the KSI that is red in color for the last few days. So which means that if the market breaks down the higher low formation, right, this will bring the market down a bit, and the support should be at 15,248. Okay. Okay, now let's look at crude oil, and this is where we do some analysis of crude oil. Now, crude oil itself, you look at it one more time. Now, crude oil over the last few months have been really doing a very incredible run. Okay, the first one, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump. Okay, so of course, on hindsight, if you sell here down the gold price go high, you'll be very upset, right? So what's happening right here? You can see that, right? This is a very uniform chart. Okay, it seems that everybody knows how to draw chart. You see at this point, if I call all the high and low, right, I can actually go. You can see that the market just really know how to peak. But on the flip note, when I do this itself, right, you must be very careful on this, yeah. Okay, so what we see on the chart now, the market hit $93 and stopped there and rejected. So this $93 seemingly is like a very powerful resistance, and maybe there for a while. Okay, so for today, right, it's supposed to be a CCYR on the crude oil market, CCYR. But before you can short the market has flipped back to CCRY now, and it's actually above MLP now. So $90.37 is the fresh chocolate bar. So the market most likely will trigger this particular point. Okay, most likely it will trigger this particular point. Yeah. Okay, so this point itself is 90.37. If you go any higher, you can go all the way to the $89.89. Okay, that is the. Okay, sorry, there's error there. Sorry about that. The $93 level. Yeah. Okay. Downside, if the market flush down, the MA30 must hold. If it doesn't hold, then I think $87 will be a very good price to get back the card. Okay, get back this up, $87. Okay, so now we're done with all the indices. Let's look at the commodities right now, which is the gold market. Now, gold is now starting to trade slightly higher. Okay, since there's a star and it seems to be now near to the afternoon session already, they can consider doing this right now. Since there's a star, you can put a line at the high and put a line at the low. So you can see that now, if you are a very adventurous trader, you would have bought somewhere around here because the market couldn't go down. All right. Okay, so the market data going to go down, and then you can see my KCA is blinking at the moment. So what it is a buy, and of course, if the market goes up, right, the first target itself will be at $41. The level, and let's see what's happening over there. Okay, so this one is a near term on the gold. The further away verdict on the gold is, look at it. Now today gold because of the BMB, right? So if the gold can stay up, okay, wait a minute, is there a pivot there? Yeah, today got no pivot. Yeah, today gold got no pivot. I repeat, today gold no pivot. So that if the market stays above OP, the market will be going higher. So the first target is 1877. The next target could be as high as 1098. And your so-called technical level will be 39, 14.5. Okay, all right. So gold, if it stay up, 1877. Why got no pivot? I will explain in the class this coming weekend. Okay, there's a rationale for that. And with no pivot, you use an OP. If the market stays above OP, it will be a buy. If the market stays below OP, it will be a sell. Yeah. Sorry, 1898. Yeah, sorry. 1898. Okay. 1898. Okay, let me just redraw all this. Yep. Okay. This one is 1915. 1914. Okay. 1914. Okay, thanks. Okay, so if you ask me my view for gold, right, I'm much more, I do expect gold to go higher. I repeat, I do expect gold to move higher today. Yes. Yeah, the reason is the same because I felt that, right, the current issue that in this Ukraine is not over yet in my own view lah. In my own view itself, I think that the whole thing is not over yet. There is something is incorrect. Yeah, yeah. There's some selling right now in the U.S. market right now. Suddenly, yeah. Let me just take a look what's happening right now. Let me see what's happening right now. Is any news? There must be something happened already. Wait, I'm just talking about that. Okay, crude oil have even go to $90 already. So that means something must have happened. Okay. Wow, suddenly the market is selling off very fast. Okay, let me just check the news. Hold on. Ukrainian armed forces fire mortar shells, grenades on 4 LPR localities. Okay, that's what's happening now. Yeah. Okay, this is what's happening right now. Yeah, this is the thing that came out. Okay, Ukrainian armed forces fire mortar shell. Okay, again, I told you, right. If there's going to be any firing itself, right, it will be from the Ukrainian side itself. Can you see that? I told you, right. But whether are they really Ukrainian? That one I'll leave it alone. Yeah. Okay. Again, I told you before. This is like that. Always like that. Okay. Never change, never will. All right. Always like this. Okay. Now I'm going to show. I'm now posting the charts across and the news across now. You can take a look. Yeah. So you see, you get the best of me, right now in MAO. You can see that. Okay, I get all the news coming in, flashing my thing here. So, okay. Sorry, what's this? Okay, so this is what's happening right now in the market, yeah. Just give me a moment. Let's just see any more news coming in. Okay, all right. So that is what's happening right now. There is something happening now. What time? It's 11 out of nowhere. Yeah. So, suddenly my handphone is full of messages. My goodness, more than 50 over messages coming in. Oh my god. So sorry for that. Very disruptive. Okay, but sorry for that. Okay. Suddenly all my phone just going crazy now. All the messages are going nuts. Okay, so we don't know what's going to happen, but this is the thing here as well. So traders, if you want to be careful, you just take your profit and move on. Yeah, because if you think the thing is that it's not real or it's then of course this is going to change. If you're going to be real and it's going to be like because of really some confrontational movement in the Ukraine side, then of course things can get very, very disruptive. So all these are the give and take here. Okay. I'm receiving a lot of messages now, really asking me what is the view right now, why is market plunging in and stuff like that. I think we already talked about this already before, right, guys? We already talked about what will likely be happening, and it's all coming. It is because if let's say that the Russia is not supposed to be, I mean, I don't think this will end so like that so abruptly. That's why I've been saying this already. I don't think so. Yeah, I already shared with you my view. So you make your own call. Okay, I cannot give you any advice over here, and I don't think that now at the nowhere now I suddenly have to react on this. It's kind of crazy now. Okay, so let me just let you know. Let me just try to bring out the news up. Give me a minute. Yeah, just give me a moment. Yeah, this is really a live MAO right now. The selling is continuing right now. Yeah, the selling is continuing right now. Okay, still got it's loading in, but it's not coming in yet. Okay, never mind. I just show you from here. Okay, the CNBC side still don't have yet because the mainstream is not out yet. But I use Twitter. Twitter is always much faster. What's my Twitter now? There we go. There we go. Can you see that on the news side? Okay, can you see that? Ukrainian armed forces fire mortar shell grenades on 4 LPRs localities. All right. So really, I told you that it will be something like that. Someone will do the what I call the 擦枪走火 thingy lah. You see, it's all really happening. I told you, and it's like a script that they use for the longest of time, and it's just formulating as it is. So again, proven. All right. Yeah, so now let's revisit all the charts right now. Okay, so for the Dow Jones now, it's now coming down to the P2 level. The Dow Jones is going to go down to the P2 level, so it's going to be P2 trigger. But you can see the KSI is staying green. The KSI is staying green. That's why you see the market got shocked also. So that's why the market come down, the buyers came in to buy. So this again tell you that very different in terms of the normal. You see the indicators all coming down already, right? But our KSI is staying green. So that's something very interesting. But you follow the colors. You follow the colors to short accordingly if you really want to do that. The Nasdaq itself, let's take a look. The Nasdaq has plunged below the P2 already. The Nasdaq has plunged below the P2, as you can see right now on your screen. Okay, so wow, the numbers are all flying everywhere. Okay, so you can see the market is coming down right now. Well, the market is jumping literally. All right, this is terrible. All right, this is terrible. So this is going to change the whole view here. So you can see China market was up earlier. Now it's pulling back all the gains away from the market. Yeah. Okay, so just take note of that. Yeah. Be careful you are chasing into trade because this is a news-oriented trade, so you have to be very careful. Of course, it can be very big if the market really something, if the US retaliate, and of course if things get worse and stuff like that, you know, can go very bad. But just be careful, yeah. Okay, so I lost track where we stopped just now already. But nonetheless, it's all right. I talked about gold just now. So I told you gold is a good buy, and now gold is going up. Okay, let's do a 15-minute chart. Okay. Okay, the gold shoot up from 1868, shoot up all the way to 1874. Okay, that's the one thing to note of for gold. KTR +1 is a stack with the KCB at 1877. So by right, okay, if the market go up, it will go to 1877. Okay, 1877. Yeah, watch out for that. Any more news coming in on, yeah? Okay, I always use Twitter because Twitter is much faster to get all the thing here. Okay, so let me just refresh my screen one more time to get the latest update. Okay, nothing else as of now. Okay, the nearest was this one already. Okay, let's check any data from down there. Yeah, it's not the one I'll show you. Okay, normally I like to see the comments so that the comments are much faster updating it. Okay, so you can see that no replies there, so that means that it may not be really actual. So again, it could be a fake news also. All these things are all possible, yeah. Okay, all right. So that is the thing here. I won't continue any further. I'll look at the now silver price. Okay, silver price right now, you can see silver. Today also for silver, there's no pivot for silver, no pivot. So silver, the MA30, MA200, MLP is all beneath it. So logically speaking, silver should be trading higher. But now silver is pulling back a little bit. So unless silver trade above OP, if not, right, silver may actually come off. Today's OP is $23.60. So silver had to trade above $23.60 to go higher, yeah? Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, so take note of all this information. All these are very important information for today for silver. Okay, so then done with gold and silver. The last two will be Ethereum and Bitcoin. Let's take a look now. Okay, so now you can see that there's a pullback in Ethereum. Ethereum price is coming off. Ethereum today is actually opening price is below P2. So by right, it's all right. If Ethereum breaks below 31.18, they'll be selling. And if I'm correct, the selling may bring it down all the way to this point here, MLP. So 29.07 could be the downside for the Ethereum if we push down further. Especially now, if we stay below MLP 31.18, right, it should be able to come down to 29.07. Yeah, okay. KSI is red in color, but no blue bar, so it may drag down. But I think that currently now the selling is due to the ongoing issue in Ukraine. Yeah. And last one will be the Bitcoin. Bitcoin, wait a minute, not able to send up. Okay, Bitcoin is also coming off. Now, Bitcoin today is a doji directional day. So it means that if the market stays below OP, it will be a sell. And because Bitcoin today is actually below P2, below P2 means usually the market will sell down more than not. So now I suspect that Bitcoin can come down to about here itself at about 42,800. Now, currently now is how much is that? Cannot see clearly. Now it's at 43,414. So there'll be another 600 points to go down further in our view. Okay, all right, so take note of that. In terms of KSI, KSI is red in color, but no blue bar, so the downside will take some time. Now, if it goes down further, of course, the MA today is 41,372. Now, I don't think you'll go there, but if anything drastic to happen in the financial market, of course, anything can all happen, yeah? Okay, all right. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed today's this incredible MAO. It's a really live session and really things really happen. We will see how it goes from down there later on. Okay, I'll do more updates later as we go by. Okay, so hopefully you guys have listened to what I say about regarding today about the potential downside, which of course I didn't expect to happen in such a way. It happened already. So trade carefully. Volatility will be there. Take care and wish you all the best. All right, this is Kel signing off. Have a great day. Bye-bye.